Gina Tell, good morning. Welcome back to my channel. It's been a really long time since I've done a video. And so I thought I would, because I have quite a few things going on that I've been doing behind the scenes, and I thought I'd show some of them to you. So I hope everyone is doing well. I had a little crazy stuff going on. I had my truck stolen this past weekend while I was inside it, and so I had a ton of really sweet messages from a lot of you, and I really wanted to thank all of you for sending prayers and sending hugs and just, all of the encouragement, positivity, and, it really helped me. I was pretty frazzled. I'm still a little frazzled, but I'm feeling significantly better. So I did want to say thank you in the beginning here, so I don't forget, because it really does mean a lot to me that y'all are so sweet. So thank you. I am alive and well. Okay, so first thing I'm going to show you is the Castle Courtyard quilt. So I'm still working on the binding. So I've been doing the hand binding. I'm about half done with the hand binding. And then this one goes back to the Fat Quarter Shop. And so they have not taken official photos. So I made this sample for them for It's So Emma. And then it will be available on the Fat Quarter Shop website in a couple of weeks. Should be, I hope. But it is the fabric was designed, so it's a motif fabric. It's called Etchings, and it was designed as for a collection for the cause, and it is going to, part of the proceeds will go to Parkinson's disease. And so when this quilt is finished being photographed and they finish talking about it at Fat Quarter Shop, they'll send it back to me. And then I am going to do an auction and auction it off, and then everything that I make will go to Parkinson's as well. So if you're interested in having this quilt that I made, that is going to be featured on the front of that pattern, if you want to help out Parkinson's, this will be available. I don't know exactly when I get it back. A lot of times when I make patterns for Fat Quarter Shop, it's a couple months before I get them back. So we'll see how that all works out. But do keep that in mind if you would like to, if you'd like to get this one. So it is really pretty. It's a very simple quilt. It's just 2 blocks. And so it's super for beginners, super good for beginners. It's just making this block, and then it's making a 9-patch block, and you kind of just pay attention to the way that the fabrics go, because you can kind of see the grays kind of go one way and the aquas kind of go another way. So you do have to pay attention to the placement, but other than that, super easy and really great for beginners. So that is a really pretty quilt. I made it in like a weekend. It was pretty fast. So the backing, there's the backing fabric. And like I said, I've been doing hand binding. So I'm going to put this over here in a pile so I can complete my hand binding. Take my little sew together bag that my friend Tammy made me. Okay, so that's super pretty, and I'll link everything that I'm talking about. I will link down below. So I'll put the part that Moda put out about the Parkinson's. I will put all that on the link below. So if you're interested, check out the description below. Then the next thing I'm going to talk about is my t-shirt quilt that I just finished. It's not mine. I'm making it for, so my son has a couple of friends that are girls. This is one of her sisters, one of her friend's sisters, or his friend's sisters. She just graduated from high school at the same high school that my son goes to. She's getting ready to go off to college. So I just finished this quilt, and she's going to take it off to college. But I thought I'd show you. It's huge. It's, I think it's 85 by 105. So it'll fit a queen size bed, but it's much taller than me. So there's part of it. And so I call this one a variable placement, just because it's not all the shirts are cut out different sizes, and then it's just kind of like a puzzle with no rules. And I quilted it with a pantograph by So Shabby Quilting, and it's called Hexagon Square, I think. Hexagon, I think that's what it is. Hexagon. Ooh, it's something with an S, but I don't think it's square. Anyway, I'll link that down on the bottom because I can't remember. But it's really fun. I kind of thought it almost looked like a volleyball. You have to kind of be, a little bit creative with your mind. But anyway, she was a huge volleyball player and going to college for volleyball. So I kind of liked that pantograph. And so she loves pink. And because our school colors are blue and gold, and she played sports for some other teams that were all pretty boyish colors. And so I added quite a bit of just cotton fabric. I got a volleyball fabric, and I added quite a bit of fabric to it, so it has a little bit more of a girly feel. So that's that. And so when I do, I'm going to hang it back over here. So I did a video on the Fat Quarter Shop's YouTube channel, I don't know, a year or so ago, on t-shirt quilts. So I haven't made one on my own channel, but I will link the one that I did for the Fat Quarter Shop. I was a guest there in their studio, and we went over how to make t-shirt quilts. So if you're interested in making one for yourself or your kids or someone, I'll link that down below as well. But usually what I do is I cut my shirts, when I do variable placement like that, I cut my shirts in 15-inch, 12-inch, 9-inch, and 6-inch. And then that way I can add in, most of these pieces of fabrics that I added in from my stash are 3.5 inches. So that way, like for instance, this one over here, this was 4 of like the pocket pieces on the shirt. And so I cut those 6-inch. And so if you have the 12-inch and you add the 3-inch to it, then you've got, you know, your 15. So you've got, it makes it a little bit easier to put them all together. And what I usually do is I group them, I sew them in groups. I'll just pick a few of the big ones and sew them in groups, and then I just kind of make quadrants when I make these kind of quilts. So anyway, that's that. Super excited to give that to her. It was a fun, I don't usually enjoy making t-shirt quilts as much as I do other quilts, but that one was fun. I think it's because I always make t-shirt quilts for boys. I don't know if I've ever made a t-shirt quilt for a girl. So adding all the fun pinks and thinking of things that are, you know, like girly and whatnot, that was kind of fun for me. So I did enjoy that. Oh, and so apparently I need to hem my pants for my son, because these are on my on my cart. All right, so anyway, let's see. So t-shirt quilt we've covered, and I also have been learning, well, I don't know, I'm using that term loosely because I'm not really learning a lot, but so little backstory, I am terrible at cross stitch. I'm not very good at it, and I think it is because it just seems very structured in my mind. It seems like you have to be perfect, and it has to go in exactly the right place, and you have to count, and that is definitely not how my mind works. I am a much more free, flowy, no rules kind of a gal. I do not do very well when I have to follow things specifically. So I thought I maybe would enjoy embroidery a little bit better because there's a little bit more freedom to that. And so I had a company called Clever Poppy. They reached out to me and asked me if I would like to learn to do embroidery. And so I said, sure. And so they sent me the kit, and she did a free workshop, and it was on on Facebook. But from what I understand, I think it was only free for a week or week and a half that just passed. So, so I don't know exactly. I'm not very involved in their company, so I don't know exactly some of the rules. But I do know that they have a Facebook page, and that you have to join that in order to watch the videos. And so you might still be able to do that. But at any rate, I did some. And so obviously haven't gotten very far, but you know, I thought the little part where you wrap the thread around the needle and kind of poke it in to make like the part on the flower, I was like, oh, that looks so cool, I can't wait to do that. And then I was terrible at it. I kept winding it around there, and I've got these big bubbles and loops, and I'm not very good at that. So, but anyway, I did try it. I'm going to try to continue to make time. And so I bought this little thing to stick on my lap so I could clip on my little light and try it. My husband was picking on me, calling me an old lady because I was doing embroidery. But anyway, if you're interested in that, Clever Poppy is a fantastic company. She does a lot of free workshops, and you can check in. If you want to buy the kit from her, then you get free access to the workshops and all that. I do remember that part. But so Clever Poppy, I'll link that down below as well. And if you have any tips for me on embroidery, I assume just practice, but a lot of times I don't have time for that. So because honestly, what I really like to do at night, if I'm not doing hand binding, I really like to crochet. I've been working on some little granny squares. I'll show them to you real quick. They're in a bucket right here. But Lori Holt did a granny square along, and I don't know, that was probably a year ago. It's all dusty. But I've been making little granny squares. And I really like to do these. These are very simple. I can watch TV without thinking too much about these. I don't really have to count. I don't do very well with crochet where it's long because I lose track of my counting and they end up all wonky and wobbly. So these are just perfect for my little brain to stay focused for this much. And so I have a bunch of these. I have some more in the house, but they're just so cute. And I did do a YouTube video on how to make these. If you want to look back in some of my previous videos, it's actually pretty long. And so I went into great detail on how to make these. So if you're interested, there's that. But that's what I usually do in the evenings if I'm watching TV. That's fun for me, just relaxing. And so let's see. The other project that I am working on, so this is basically all the work in progress things that I've been doing. So I have been working on the Barn Star sampler for the Fat Quarter Shop as well. I am participating in their monthly sew along, and so I got fabric from them, and I chose all Tula Pink. So I'm using Tula Pink solids, Tula Pink old collections, Tula Pink new collections, and I'm just using a ton of just Tula Pink. So it's really pretty. The first couple of blocks I made, I was like, oh geez, this is going to look terrible because it kind of just had like all different crazy colors and a lot of them are neon. And so I was hoping that by the time I got finished, it would be more cohesive and really look good. And so I like it a lot better now that I have quite a few blocks. But anyway, if you're interested in doing that, we are sewing until the end of the year. So we're only about halfway through, and you could definitely catch up if you're interested in doing that. I'm going to show you a couple of my blocks. So the new collection Everglow is, it has the tigers and the lions. I guess they're not tigers, they're lions. Sometimes I get my animals confused. And so, so this one was from an old collection. These polka dots are from a new collection. I'm just going to leave it placed on my chest here. And so this one had the pretty owl. I really like that one. And then this one was, see, I'm drawing a blank with my animals again. Pink flamingos. There we go. This one was really cute. I really like that one. This is an older collection. And then this one's got the elephants. Oh, geez, I'm making a mess here. All right, this one was the elephant. And so what I did decide to do on these blocks that was a little bit beyond what the pattern was in the book was I decided to use some black and whites and add in black and whites. I made some 9 patches and some 12. I think I did a couple of different ones with. So I added little splashes of black and white into mine in the center. So the pattern for this one actually called for a square and a square, and I didn't make a square and a square. I just did the black and white in the center. And so when you look at all my blocks laid out together, there's splashes of black and white. That one has the little giraffe. This one I've got the pink elephant. I think the other one was the purple one, or maybe vice versa. But so this was in the beginning. So actually the first three blocks that we made, I didn't have the Everglow fabric yet because it was a new release for Tula Pink and it hadn't shipped yet. So I got samples of it a little bit early, but still not super early. So the first couple of blocks, I didn't have the fabric yet. So I decided I would use the solids for those, and I think they'll mix in fine. So this one was just Tula Pink solids, and this one was Tula Pink solids. I added a couple of other ones that, but this is where I did the little splashes of the black and white. And there's another one. So I don't starch my fabric. Many of you starch. I know Kimberly from the Fat Quarter Shop got y'all starching. I don't starch. So my blocks might look a little bit flimsier than some of your hard starch blocks, but I don't do well with the starch. It makes my hands feel yucky, and I'm kind of a weirdo about that. So so anyway, this is my Barn Star quilt, and I'm really excited about it. I think I might keep it for myself. I don't keep quilts for myself very often. I do have some in my closet. I have a closet in my spare room that I have quite a few, but I usually give them away as events and things happen. I don't usually keep a bunch of them. So that's a current sew along that I'm working on for the Fat Quarter Shop. And then I'm also getting ready to start a new sew along. So this one is, I had my husband print out the pattern for me. This is the Quilted Witch. It's a Lori Holt pattern, and we're getting ready to start the sew along in a couple weeks. So I'm really excited. I am making this. I am not using the Lori Holt fabric in the same way that Kimberly and Lori Holt are using. So when we do sew alongs, we usually like to stay with the manufacturer and the designer. So I chose fabrics that were just from Riley Blake. So not all Lori Holt, but Riley Blake. All my fabrics are Riley Blake fabrics. So this is what we're making, and this one starts in a few weeks. Again, everything I've talked about will be down in the description. But check out this fabric I chose. It is so fun. All right, I'm going to come super close so you can see. It has little tiny dots on it, and I don't even want to take it apart because it looks so fun. But anyway, so this is what I'm going to use. And then I also I have it in my little buckets that I get from Hobby Lobby. So all my work in progress I keep in here, and then I stack them over there on my little shelf. And so the background fabric that I am going to use, it is called Pina Colada. It's a light, creamy color. Looks just like a pina colada. So I imagine myself on the beach drinking pina coladas. It's one of my favorite drinks. So anyway, this is going to be my background fabric, and that's a Riley Blake. It's called Pina Colada. And then I'm going to do some warm, this is the Warm Shabby Fat Quarter Shop bundle. And so it's got some warm colors because I figured with this pattern, I was going to need some extra ones for my pumpkin and for her hair, and I needed some warmer, kind of Halloween sort of colors. So I'm going to mix those in. And then because I have quite a bit of Lori Holt in my stash already from doing previous things, I will add in some of the Lori Holt fabric that I have into the pattern. But that's the bulk of what I'm going to use. And so I would love for you to sew this with me. This is, I believe we're going to sew this for a year as well. I think it's going to be done this time next year. So I like to do the sew-alongs that are long, not super short, because I have so many other things going on. I can squeeze in a couple of blocks a month, and honestly, I complete them better when they are sew-alongs that I have deadlines. Many of the times when I make quilts for myself, I don't finish them because there's a couple of buckets over there of stuff. Because I don't have a deadline, I don't have to finish them, and I have so many other things to do that I don't treat myself to that time to do things for me. So I do a lot better with the Fat Quarter Shop sew-alongs because I complete them. So I'm really excited about that one because I love witches and I love Halloween quilts. It's probably one of the, I really enjoy making Halloween quilts. I don't know why. I don't even really like the color orange, but I do really like Halloween quilts. So the next thing that I'm going to show you that I have been working on is my Trip Around the World quilt. So I'm doing 2 different Trip Around the World quilts. I have my husband's best friend from high school. I made one for them years ago, and they camp a lot in the mountains, and they travel with that thing all the time. And it just is so sweet when I see pictures of it all nicely put into their tent and whatnot. And so they have some friends that just got married a couple of years ago, and so they're friends of ours as well. And so I'm making them a similar quilt to the original one that I made. And so it's going to be all in batiks. And so I have 2 blocks done. I'm not very close to finishing, but I'm working on that. And so these are fun. I use the Quiltville. It's Bonnie. I don't remember. I'm sorry, Bonnie. I don't remember your last name. But there's I can link it down below. We started, so I have a group of girlfriends. We're all making some trip around the world. It's like the Scrappy Friend Around the World quilts that we're making together. We're kind of doing our own little friend sew along. So I'm using this pattern. I know a couple of the other ones are using some slightly different patterns, but it's all basically the same. The concept is the same. So you do 6 strips of, I just kind of put them out, and you have to do like light, dark, because they look better when you do that. And then you sew the strips together, and then you sew it into a tube. And then once it's in a tube, then you trim them down, and then you get little pieces that are like a little tube. And so then you seam rip the first one, and then you seam rip the next one, and then you seam rip the next one. And so that's how it gets, that's how the effects happen, where you've got one and like the green and the black. So that's how that works. It's super fun, and they go really fast. I did multiple in one day, but they're really fast sew, and it's pretty simple, good for beginners. When I made one years ago, I was not very good at sewing, so you definitely can make one if you were a beginner. So these are my Tula pink blocks. These are the ones that I'm making with my girlfriends. And so I think the fun thing about using Tula pink is that I love Tula pink colors, and I love just the feel of Tula pink, but I don't like to use Tula pink, and I have kind of a hard time cutting Tula pink because I just kind of struggle in my mind with how to get it, like pieced just the way that I want it, fussy cutting it. And so I really enjoy using it for this because it doesn't really matter. Each individual block is not what's important for this quilt. It's the overall look, and it's just so pretty with all the light colors and all the neons and all that. So I'm really excited to work on this one. This is just a selfish sewing project that I'm doing for myself with my girlfriends. So I'm about half done or so, but this is another project that I'm working on. But super fun if you want to do a friend sew along. This is a great thing for you to do with some other, because you can use all scraps. You probably have it in your stash. So those are really fun. So let's see. What are we going to talk about next? Ooh, my rulers. So my rulers, they're new. They're new to me. They're probably going to be new for a long time. But so I've had so many of you. They've been sold out for a long time. I finally have more in stock. I have the company that manufactures them for me is a couple that's in Utah. They take a lot of pride in their company, and they hand make them. They hand glue them. So I really appreciate you supporting me, and it supports their small business as well. And so when they make these, they glue the little pieces on, and they're wonderful. So this is definitely not, and I'm saying that because I want you to know that these are definitely not mass produced. These are created. I designed them, and I created them, and so when I pack them up, It's me. And I sign my name on it. My son helps me a little bit with some of the tape and some of that, but generally speaking, it's a family project. But these are produced and made and packaged by me. So sometimes it does take a little while, and sometimes they were out of stock. I've had a couple of people that have left me crummy reviews because that got lost in UPS, and those are things that I can't help. I wish I owned UPS. I wish I could control the way UPS worked, but I can't. So please just be patient and know that it's a small business, and I really appreciate your support and your purchases and whatnot. So if you would like to try them, I do have 3 videos showing. You can use these rulers. This is to trim. Great for beginners if you haven't trimmed a lot of quilts. So this one's to trim your quilt, and then this one is to add your binding. Helps you with your miter corners. and helps you attach the two ends at when you're finished attaching the binding. It helps you close up the two ends. So that's my rulers, and I would love for you to purchase some, try them out. I did do 2 other videos. You can use those for hand binding. You can use them for machine binding. So there's really no rules. You can try out both, but I do have 3 separate videos here on my YouTube channel on how to use those. So there's that. And let's see, the next thing is a new thing that I am trying really hard to finish. So some of you might know about my teddy bears. I started making these teddy bears years ago, and I love them. And so I created this pattern to primarily in the beginning to make memory bears from loved ones' clothing. And you know, when you've got a few shirts or a dress or that kind of thing, and you can cut them up and you can turn them into a bear. And that's what the pattern is going to come, where you can make the bear with the scrappy quilted bear. You can make the bear with this one is just 1 yard of minky fabric. So you can use 1 yard to make this. So the pattern's going to come where you'll be able to make all these different variations. So a 1 yard bear, the scrappy bear. This one is a scrappy strips, but it's not been quilted. So if you don't have a long arm machine or you don't want to quilt it and spend that extra time, this one's just strips. So this is a great way to use t-shirts as well, or button-up shirts, dresses, that kind of thing for loved ones' clothes. And so this is a great way to preserve those. I've made so many so many bears in the past from people that have lost a loved one, and they've made them for their kids or their grandkids or that sort of thing. And so I'm working on the pattern is what I'm getting at, and so hopefully I will have that pattern done in the next month or so we can make bears for the holiday times. You can also embroider a patch on the front, embroider a patch and put it on the front. The bear that's behind me is that's a Chicago Cubs fabric, and it says Mama Loves Papa, for like mom to give to dad. But that's an embroidered little patch that is added to the front. So before you stuff it, you put that on the front, and then you attach it and then stuff it. So so there's that option. I'll show all those things in my videos. But anyway, I made a little label that has my my logo, and then it says "Handmade with Love" by Gina with a little heart. And so they're just really cute, and I love them. I love making them. So this is coming soon too, and I'm saying this so that I can hold myself accountable and I can make sure that I really focus and dedicate some time to doing the pattern so that you can have that soon. So that's really fun, and I'm excited about that pattern. I started that pattern a long time ago, and it's going to have multiple, like I said, all the different variations, and so it's going to take a little while for me to get all of it edited and all that. But so please have some patience, and I hope you'll purchase it when it's ready because they're so cute. So anyway, and I guess let's see, the final part of this video is I'm going to talk about some things that I get from the Fat Quarter Shop. So Fat Quarter Shop and It's So Emma send me a lot of products that are new for me to try out, and I get a lot of things. I don't make videos on a lot of the things that I try out, and I need to do a better job. Part of the problem is that when both of these machines are going, or even one, there's really no way for me to make a video because it's so noisy. So I'm really trying. I'm going to try really hard once my son gets back in school and I have less teenagers asking me to do things, that I'm going to really try to focus and dedicate a couple of hours to doing more videos that is, long arm free. So, so anyway, today this video has been lots of fun. I've enjoyed, kind of showing everybody what I'm doing. And so the final part is we're going to do a giveaway. So if you will comment below and let me know the thing that you're most excited about. It doesn't have to be in this video, but something that, that I'm working on that you're excited about, or something that you're just excited about coming, going forward, a pattern or whatnot. What's something that you're super excited about that we've talked about or that I'm working on? And comment that below. And that's really all you have to do is comment below, subscribe here to my YouTube channel, and follow me on Instagram. And if you're doing one of those things already, then you're already entered. So I'm just going to do a pull from my subscribers, and then I'm going to choose probably 4 or 5 people to receive some fun things, because I have a ton of stuff from Itsoema and Fat Quarter Shop that I want to give away, and so because I want you to try it. So I've mentioned that I'm not so good at cross stitch. So there's so many cute, I get so many cute cross stitch patterns, and I want to share them with y'all. So this one is the July stackables. I have the January through June as well, so I'm going to put that in the giveaway. So in order to win any, I'm going to send out probably 4 boxes. So I'll pick 4 different winners. In order to be a winner, you need to follow me here, or subscribe here rather, and follow me on Instagram, and comment below and let me know what you're most excited about. Those 3 things, and that's what you have to do to be entered. And so so Itsoema does patterns, and then so Fat Quarter Shop owns Itsoema. That's their publishing company. And so when I make samples, that's what this is so when you make the sample, then they photograph that sample, put it on the pattern cover, and then that sample goes back to the person that made it. And so so that's fun. It's always been, I've been a sample maker for them for, I don't know, probably 10 years. I love making samples. So that's always a fun thing. So here's one. These are going to go, this is called Upbeat, and it's going to go into the giveaway pile. And then here's another cross stitch. It's called You Are My Sunshine. It's adorable. It has little beach house with palm trees and a lawn chair. Super cute. So that'll be in the giveaway box. The Seasonal Stitchy Stars, the pattern. Actually, I have a couple of these, so I'm going to give a few of these away. So the Seasonal Stitchy Stars, it's a Lori Holt pattern. There's winter, spring, summer, and fall. I actually quilted all 4 of these on the long arm for this pattern, and I pieced the spring and the fall. And so I've done a couple of reels on my Instagram with these. I've shown them multiple times on my Instagram. But I quilted them, and these were really cute to make. Didn't take me very long. Pretty simple, but really cute. So this is going to be in the giveaway box. Let's see. And then the Chicken Club. This is Adna. Adna is number 7 in the Chicken Club. And so there are 6 other chickens that are her friends that are in my drawer that I'm going to be giving to you. So, oh, there's an ambulance going past. So Edna's going to be in the box also with some of her friends. So if you want to make chickens, I'm your girl. I got chickens for you. All right, let's see. And then Vintage Starburst. This is so it comes in the 12-inch paper and the 8-inch paper. And so what these are is they are foundation paper. And so you can make this cute little block. This would be great if you made a whole quilt with this block, or you could make a whole quilt that had just like a scrappy background, and you did some flowers with these, and you did like an applique stem or that kind of thing. So these are the papers, and you just sew right on the papers. Oh, I don't know if you can hear the sirens or not. Sorry. I hope everyone's okay. So these are papers, and you sew right on the paper, and then you pull the paper off the back. And I have done a couple of YouTube videos on a different type of paper. So you can look back at that, and I will link these below, but these are going to be in one of the giveaway boxes as well. So I'm going to have 4 giveaway boxes, so if I'm showing it to you, it doesn't necessarily mean that's what you're going to get, because I have so many things here that that I'm going to put in the giveaway boxes. So I've got Mad for Plaid bags. I did a giveaway with these last time, and everyone wanted some. They were very popular. Love the purple. I might have to keep the purple for myself. Let's see, and then this one is like a caramel color, caramel, camel, I don't know. But let's see. I do have quite a few other things. Like I said, there's a big pile of stuff over there. I've got some chicken little needle minders, and I've got the Away We Go pattern. This is a super cute beginner pattern. That'll be in my giveaway box. Oh, here's Florence. This is chicken number 2. She will also be in there. And Cornelius. Cornelius is chicken number 1. So they will be in the box. I'm going to have a Stash and Store. This is the neon green one. This will be in the giveaway box. Let's see. The Quilty Barn, another needle minder. That'll be in the giveaway box. An OmniGrid mini holder. This is to hold your rulers and stuff. So that'll be in the giveaway box. And then I also have a multitude of other papers, the pineapple paper, the snail trail paper, the courthouse step paper, the economy paper. We used this one for my charity. We did a St. Jude charity last year, and we used these papers. They turned out so pretty. The log cabin papers and the sparkle star papers. There might be some other papers in my box too. So there's a ton. These are really great for perfect blocks. They're great for beginners because all you do is just sew on the line and pull the paper off in the end, and they're perfect. So super great for beginners. Like I said, I have a ton of other things that I'm going to put in the bucket and the boxes. I'll show a few of them here. Let's just talk about more of them. Cut, press, sew. That's a fun one. I wish I knew how to throwing things around. I wish I knew how to do cross stitch better because that one's cute, and I might actually put that in my sewing room if I made it. One of you should make it for me. Let's see. Triangles on a roll, the color-coded washi tape. So this you can put on your rolls to keep your roll from unrolling, and tells you what size they are and that kind of thing. Here's another couple of patterns. This is the Autumn Skies pattern and the Freesia quilt pattern. Let's see. The Luminaires, that's a pattern, new pattern. Then we've got some farm critters. We've got pig butts and cow butts and sheep butts, it looks like. And then You Are the Boss. I've been saying this for many years, that there's no quilt, please do what you want. Don't worry about what anybody else does. Have fun and do what you want. Oh, here. Hattie. Hattie? I guess it's Hattie. But another chicken nonetheless. And then we have, this is a really fun pattern. I like this. It's Flower Peddler. This is a new pattern, and I really like this one. I think it would look great. A great two-color quilt, great in red, great in all kinds of things. My son is calling me. Let's tell him to leave us alone. The Home Again pattern. This is really cute. And, oh, I can't get him to stop. This is the Home Again pattern. This is a really cute one, Lori Holt. But this will be in the box. Anyway, tons of stuff in the box. Tons of happy smiles here in the studio. I really appreciate you if you follow me, if you subscribe, if you're around. I appreciate all of your comments. Make sure you comment below. I love to read them. It's me that sees all of them. It's me that likes all of them. It's me that replies to all of them. I'm a one gal kind of a show here. So please let me know what you think, and let me know what your favorite part of the video was so that you can win some of my goodies. I'll pick four people, so please make sure you pay attention. The last time I did a video, I had like a couple of them I had to redo my picking because nobody replied back. So make sure you pay attention. If you reply or if you comment and you want to win, make sure you come back and see if you won. Or, you know, like I said, subscribe to my Instagram channel so you can see that you're a winner. So anyway, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I look forward to another video soon. You have a great day. Thanks for watching.